Welcome to a new episode of the Rhymer's Corner with A.Abyla Lloyd. This episode features MC artist Sam The Sentient.
Rock with me.
Don't hate cause I'm beautiful. I'm next cause I'm built to glow. No shade cause I'm rolling up. Shine town, open the mic cause I'm ready to flow. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rhymer's Corner with yours truly, A.Abyla Lloyd. This episode is dedicated to autism awareness, exploring how the power of music motivates artists to share their stories and make an impact in the world. I am pleased to introduce an incredible MC whose conscious lyrical messages and powerful rhymes advocate for autism awareness and creative expression. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome to the corner, chat, Sam The Sentient.
Okay, class, Mr. Sentient has entered the building. Sit down, class, get some basic education. Killing ignorance spread through past generations. Learn about the greatness, ask me to narrate. Take a shot, every note of this ask me education. Sit down, class, get some basic education. Killing ignorance spread through
Sam
past generations.
better known on the mic, MC artist Sam The Sentient, was diagnosed at the age of 4 with autism Asperger's. This has not stopped Sam at a very young age to figure out what he wants to do to help express himself in a world where the disabilities such as his was looked upon as a social deviant. But he is not a deviant at all. He used his master and lyrical skills to creatively express and his craft as a lyrical MC artist, mastering the talent to advocate for special needs artists such as himself to a community of people who need to be aware that special needs artists have a place and a unique value in the world of music. His skills has drawn the attention to people in the city of Chicago, leading him onto the stage of Lollapalooza. Sam The Sentient is definitely someone you should know, for he is an MC storyteller. His presence is active. His skills are very talented, and he does have what it takes to make an impact not only with the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, but across the country.
What's up, Sam? I'm happy to have you here at the studio.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining the Rhymer's Corner podcast studio chat, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Let's get started about your early experiences with autism and how it has influenced your passion for music. And the first question I have is, can you share how you first discovered your love for rapping?
So one day, I think I was about 11 or 12 years old, I believe in 7th grade. It's been a little while, but I still have some memories from this time. Around this time, I was in junior high school, and I was really into rap music. And one day I was listening to this now classic album titled Mad Villainy by the duo Mad Villain, which is a combination of producer Madlib, legendary producer Madlib, and legendary MC MF Doom. And I was really inspired by the way that Doom was able to create an entire world with words using vast, intricate wordplay. And I was so inspired to the point where I started kind of imitating him, writing rap lyrics, sort of mimicking his style on a vanilla notepad in my bedroom.
We gon' spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, we gon' spin it, we gon' spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, oh! Just keep staring, just keep staring, just keep staring, just keep. If I hate a talk, it's mine too. You don't know how to act, make some noise, them I'm on the dance floor, hit the track.
Great. Now, exploring your transition from writing to producing and performing, what motivated you to enroll in the recording arts program, and how did it shape your sound as you developed?
One of my main motives was to learn how to professionally create my own music. And I feel like that's something I gained from enrolling in this program. But one of the other unexpected blessings that came about this experience was on this college campus was the first open mic that I've ever performed in. And it was my first opportunity to really perform for people in front of a live audience, people who didn't really know who I was, wasn't really super close to me or in my inner circle. And, I stepped out of my comfort zone, and, someone from that open mic plugged me into another open mic that they heard about in the city. And that began my journey of, continuing not only to develop my sound in the studio, but also being able to deliver these tracks live.
Okay, so speaking of challenges that you have faced, especially during the pandemic, you have mentioned how your impact and creativity explored even further. So how did the impact, if you can speak more about how the pandemic impacted your creativity or motivated you to perform and to produce so many tracks?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I remember when the lockdown of the whole pandemic started, it was around 2020 of March. And I remember I just performed a show in Minnesota. I did a feature at an open mic in February of 2020. I even performed as a feature at this poetry competition the same month. So I felt like my aspirations was going on an upward trend, and I felt like only the sky was the limit. And when the lockdown hit, it really felt devastating, and it felt like my whole life came to a screeching halt. And there was a few weeks where I felt really depressed and anxious about my future and what would happen, how I'll be able to cope with having to be locked in the house after all this time and experience being outside and connecting and tapping in with community and getting exposure for what I believe God put me on earth to do. And then after a little amount of time, I started to realize the opportunities that the pandemic presented me. One of which was more time to write and record. God bless that I not only had the time to write, but I also had the resources and the equipment to record myself. So I didn't really have any excuses not to put out music, not to create and put out music. And so that's essentially what I did.
I really feel like not just the Chicago scene, but music scenes, culture across the entire world needs places, needs events like this that represent people with neurodiversity and people who have different ways of thinking.
Speaking of challenges that you have faced, especially during the pandemic, you have mentioned in your bio, it has increased your creativity and it has led you to produce tracks, 13 tracks. How did this impact your performance to a higher level?
Part of the whole experience was a blessing in disguise because it gave me time to really create and craft songs. And thank God that I had equipment that I could record with. Interestingly enough, I definitely made a lot of connections with people over live stream, open mics or little live stream gigs. And obviously I prefer to be outside.
Now, speaking of experiences, now I've seen you for the first time at the Urban Luxe Cafe on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get how you incorporate your experiences with autism into your music and messages, and you have some dope beats.
Get out my way, distraction going, get out my way. Tell me what you gonna say. Distraction going, get out my way. Distraction going.
You're going to see this man perform right here in the studio, but I mean, can't wait. Can you tell us how we can locate you and where we can find you?
All right. So my name is SamTheSentient. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Give my name a look and come follow me.
Thank you so much, Sam, for sharing your story, because it's about time for you to rock the mic live right here in the studio to show the world your rhyme right here in the Rhymer's Corner. This is A.Abyla Lloyd, and this is
Sam The Sentient.
That's right. Next on the studio, you're going to hear this MC rock his rhyme. Until next time, peace. A.Abyla Lloyd, Sam The Sentient, the Rhymer's Corner.
Welcome to the corner, the Rhymer's Corner, featuring a performance from Sam The Sentient, MC artist, coming your way.
My name is Sam The Sentient MC. I was diagnosed with autism at age 4. And this here is my story. Rock with me. I grew up as a youth who couldn't concentrate in school. I was daydreaming, writing raps to break on side rules. Talking to myself, the kids looked at me like I was a fool. Teacher said, so I had to focus, channel all of my obsessive nature. The same that I dismantle with my pants on all my papers. To grab my own diploma, pursue a 2-year major. Moving through music school, reaping fruits of all my labor. But life didn't go according to plan. I was broke cause I joke when I hope to advance. But I go for the poems that I wrote on my hands. Which will hold microphones for my soul and expand. Been through many highs and lows, still got plenty life to go. Been persistent, crying goals, and a good when it's time to show them my energy. Pushing through this beat to connect to a higher purpose, past the service and the words that reject. With the fire burning when it's turning from inside of my chest. In the life I worship and disperse with my Asperger's express my best. Woo! I used to think the world was sour till I channeled it inside my asking power. Now I grind my gears for 10,000 hours, blazing up these clouds, working on my asking power. I used to think the world was sour till I channeled it inside my asking power. Now I grind my gears for 10,000 hours, blazing up these crowds, working on my asking power. Don't you know you got a gift in your soul? No matter what the world says, you can make it your own. You got enough focus to hone it. When you get in your zone, you let it show to provoke it in everybody you know. You possessing the bravery to lead a whole revolution. Think outside of the box, proceeding with resolutions. Empathizing with people that's low. People the is a passive. I hate you uneducated to know who you is. You're strong, creative, and intelligent part of God's creation. Start innovation, legend already in the making. Gone are the days you forget it. Now it's time to embrace it. Long live your fate off the power from here to the stages. You'll persist, you think and then when everyone quits. Use rejection as a lesson to get better at this. Use my message, interject it in your personal life to express what makes you special. Your power that's helping you thrive. I used to think the world was sour till I channeled it inside my asking power. Now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, blazing up these crowds, working on my asking power. I used to think the world was sour till I channeled it inside my asking power. Now I grind my gifts for 10,000 hours, blazing up these crowds, working on my asking power. They say no one man should have all that power, but I've been proving them wrong, putting in my 10,000 hours. With this here, Aspie, power.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is A.Abyla Lloyd and Sam The Sentient at the Rhymer's Corner. Peace out, be safe, good night.
Get ready for a new episode coming soon to the Rhymer's Corner.
I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need to hug my babies.
A.Abyla Lloyd ends the year 2024 in style with filmmaker, author, children's book writer, and entrepreneur. Andrea is an emerging force in the documentary film industry, currently in productions of 2 highly anticipated features, Dear Morris Brown and We Are America. Serving as a researcher and producer for the upcoming documentary Shutting It Down, executive produced by Danny Glover.
Open enrollment took the elitism out of college and told people that they could go to college and achieve that never believed they could, because they had created this, once again, this ivory towers.
Andrea continues to make her mark in the industry as she dedicates to insightful, impactful storytelling. This is an episode you definitely don't want to miss on the next Rhymer's Corner.